6 kinds of people God shapes for purpose. Where do you stand? Before you answer, pause. Not with your mind, but with your spirit. Have you ever noticed how God's process seems unfair? Some people rise quickly. Others are buried in seasons of silence. Some are celebrated early. Others are refined in obscurity. Some are applauded. Others are pressed. Here is the truth many never realize. God is not unfair, He is intentional. God does not choose the loudest voices. He chooses the deepest roots. He does not rush destiny. He prepares vessels. Calling is generous. Preparation is selective. Today, we're not talking about titles, platforms, or charisma. We are talking about posture, the inner stance of the heart. There are 6 kinds of people God shapes for lasting purpose. And if you listen carefully, you will recognize yourself in more than one. 1. God shapes the hidden, not the hyped. Before God reveals a person, He often conceals them. Hidden seasons are not punishment. They are protection. When God hides you, He is not ignoring you. He is removing distractions that would contaminate your calling. Many people want visibility before maturity, but exposure without depth produces collapse. If you've ever felt unseen, if your obedience happened in quiet rooms, if your growth happened without witnesses, that season was not wasted. Roots grow in darkness before fruit appears in light. God hides people until they can stand without applause. 2. God shapes the teachable, not the talented. Talent can impress crowds. Teachability attracts God. God resists the proud, not the gifted. He can sharpen skill, but He cannot soften a hardened heart. If life humbled you, if correction didn't destroy you, if you learned how to listen before you learned how to lead, you were being shaped. Teachable people don't defend themselves constantly. They discern. They adjust. They grow. God trusts those who remain students even after success. 3. God shapes the consistent, not the emotional. Strong feelings don't build destiny. Consistency does. Anyone can burn with passion for a moment. Few can remain faithful when emotion fades. If you've prayed without feeling fire, if you've obeyed without excitement, if you showed up even when motivation was gone, heaven noticed. God builds through repetition, not adrenaline. He looks for people who stay, not people who surge. Consistency is proof that your faith is anchored, not emotional. 4. God shapes the pressed, not the comfortable. Pressure reveals what comfort hides. Gold is not shaped in applause, it is shaped in heat. If responsibility stretched you, if obedience cost you comfort, if growth demanded sacrifice, that pressure wasn't against you. It was forming you. Comfort produces maintenance. Pressure produces transformation. God never presses people without purpose. Pressure is evidence that something valuable is being refined. 5. God shapes the misunderstood, not the explained. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's intentional. If you tried to explain yourself and still weren't understood, if your obedience confused people, if your boundaries offended others, you were not wrong. You were different. God often allows misunderstanding to separate assignment from approval. When everyone understands you, your calling is probably still small. 6. God shapes the surrendered, not the controlling. This may be the hardest one. God does not partner with control. He partners with surrender. Surrender says, I don't need all the answers to obey. I trust you more than my plan. I release the outcome. If you had to let go of timelines, if plans collapsed and trust was all you had, if you learned to rest even when you didn't understand, that was not loss. That was alignment. God leads surrendered hearts into places controlled minds can't enter. Conclusion: this was never random. If parts of this message unsettled you, that's not discomfort, it's recognition. God doesn't shape people accidentally. He layers the process. He hides you. He humbles you. He presses you. He strips distractions. He deepens obedience. He strengthens endurance. Being chosen is not about being special. It's about being entrusted. So here is the final question, not to rush, not to perform. Will you remain yielded when the process continues? when it's slow, when it's quiet, when it's costly, because God completes what He begins. And if He has been shaping you, you were never forgotten. You were being prepared.